Are you tired of always losing your cavalry in a fight on the battlefield? With this guide, no more. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lennon, how you guys doing? And welcome back to another guide video on Rome Total War 2. In this specific video, we are going to discuss the use of cavalry on the battlefield. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here we are on the main battle screen that we have, and I'm going to give you two side notes. One is I'm probably gonna butcher the word cavalry or cavalry way too many times, so I'm sorry for that. And also, this video is kind of specific tailored to Rome 2, but the basics of it you can use across all of the Total War games. So if you're looking for a specific on Napoleon or whatever, you're still gonna get your basics over here. So without further ado, cav department. We have chariots and elephants, which are considered large units, so as cavalry. But today we are just going to focus on the horse riding bad boys. So we have three different sections of cavalry, and not every faction has every type of cavalry. So in this particular case, I chose to showcase Parthia because I know they have the diversity in there. First of all, we have melee cav, which is your basic sword or spear wielding cav unit. Melee cav units come with a variety of stuff, but they overall have decent melee attack, weapon damage. Bonus versus large is most of the time it, but I do believe there are some who have a bonus versus infantry. Very decent charge bonus, mediocre, good melee defense, but where they excel is they have a lot of armor and health. So these bad boys you're just gonna have in there a couple of times, and they are good, decent fighters in on the charge, decent, but they excel more in prolonged fights with where they have favorable. So for these units it is a bonus versus large, so they do typically well against other cav units. They're good on protecting your flanks, and they're good on defending your flanks and just keeping the enemy at bay, so they will not rout like anytime soon if you throw them into a infantry fight. So it's very handy for a couple of these units to have in your army to like keep defending your archers against other cav or infantry threats, while you in the meantime you can put out some fires anywhere else on the battlefield. Then we have your shock cav, which is focused on charge, and you can see already the difference. These guys have a charge bonus of 34, where the cataphracts have a charge bonus of 76 and the elites are of 76. 67 to 76, yeah, I said that wrong. Melee attack is decent, weapon damage is the same, but you can see here charge bonus is off the hook, and of course these are your royal cataphracts, so they have decent armor as well, which you see as the Sarmatian lancers, which are a light shock cav. You can see as well big charge bonus 51, but the rest is just worse. So usually I would put like maybe 2 to 3 max in an army, and this is a type of cav you usually would use for shock and awe and hammer and anvil strikes. So they excel on the charge, and I believe these cataphracts even have a ability which gives them extra charge bonus for the first initial fight. They're really good for cycle charging and the hammer and anvil strikes, like I said. Where they suffer is in prolonged combat. So this is not the cav type you want to keep on combat for like more than half a minute. Maybe even that's too much of it. And last of all, we have the missile cav. Missile cav comes in a variety as well. You have the skirmishers, which are horsemen that throw javelins, and you have the horse archers, which is just basically an archer on a horse or a camel in this case. They overall do pretty decent missile damage. As you can see, 35, decent range, decent shots per minute. So this is just your mobile archer contingency. On the battlefield, they have they have good use. They suffer sometimes against normal archers because targeting, but they do work really good to peel off troops of the enemy force. So if you're outnumbered, you can screen some of the units off and let them chase your horse archers while you still can take a shot at them. Overall, once they run out of ammo, they are very, very mediocre melee cav. So mostly use them as a missile contingency and maybe for last resort as shock cav. But I would not recommend these guys in prolonged combat. So without showing you the basics on how it works, I have a battle replay for you guys, which we're just gonna watch and we're just gonna discuss on how I used my tactics, what I did good, what I did wrong, and how to show them how to use them. So I'll be right back. So here we are on the battlefield itself, and for instructional purposes I put them up against the Iceni, just a band of chosen swordband and a general of the heroic nobles. I have a little bit of everything. I have some light hoplite spears, or well, these are classed as heavy, but I have some spears for my holding force. I have 2 units of missile cav, a horse archer, and a skirmisher with javelins. I have 2 noble blood cav, which is my heavy melee cav on either flank. I have 3 units of cataphracts, so these are the shock cav. This is a general, and I have 2 normal eastern cataphracts over here. So what I'm going to show you is like the purpose on how to use these guys. What you want to do is, while you're positioning your army, I always like to get my cav on the flanks, see if I can poke around them. Like maybe in a bigger battle you would have more spears on the flanks and archers in the middle, so you could try to screen those out. For this purpose I chose like the melee cav into a fight, throw them in, and they'll do pretty decent well. I don't know why the AI decided that this was their best formation against me, but it serves its purpose. So melee cav, just trying to get out the general. Let's see if we can keep the general busy. And I was like, okay, let's see what we can do. You see, my missile cav is around the back. They're unshielded sides, unprotected sides, and they will try to do some work. I put my hoplites in, so we have a good formation here. Put one in reserve. And now you can see I am trying to get my shock cav around the back for the first initial charge. And you see, this is our anvil over here. Can I draw? I can't draw in here anymore. That really sucks. As you can see, this line is our anvil, and here comes the hammer. And this is where the cataphracts excel. Just unprotected back charges. Put them in, do some damage. You immediately see the morale going down because they are attacked in the rear. They're shaken straight away. Like, they lost 50 men on the charge because they haven't lost anything against these spears. They killed like 5 or 10, and these guys just lost. 45 kills on one charge, 33 kills on a charge, and 10 kills on a charge. So with one charge, I killed like, what was it? Nearly 100 men. These guys are unbraced, also good targets for a charge. And you can still see this melee cav is losing the fight. But you can see it all this time. It's just taking this whole heroic noble out of the fight. And for academic purposes, I left this one in here, and you can see where these guys are doing very well, 40 kills, 100 kills. This guy is gonna stay behind in the fight over here. And you can see in a couple minutes he starts losing units very quickly. He already lost 3-4 models, and number 5 is about to go. Well, these guys are still full health because they're not being attacked. And you can see just the sheer amount of damage I do with these cataphracts. My hoplites are holding because there is such an immense pressure applied to these units. that it's just, it's awesome. And you can see this cav unit is starting to lose now because it has exceeded its purpose in the charge, and now it's starting, like, cataphracts and shock cav in general in prolonged combat will always lose you a unit. And you can see these guys still haven't lost a single model, where these in prolonged combat already starting to lose like 20, 30, 20, 25 models. Over here we already routed one unit off, second unit is about to go. Of course, knowable blood cav, my melee cav is still working perfectly. I pull the cataphracts out, and this is also a good idea with your horde archers. Let them pick at high value targets. So the heroic noble needs to die, so I pick him out with my just off range. And then as soon as I see this, I'm like, okay, we got this unit out of the fight over here. So that's relieving some pressure on my other units. And we start targeting this unit here. And you can see we can easily outrun them. And with 2 units, we are absolutely smashing this unit of swords. Look at how ineffective this is from just 2 units of missile cav. Horse archers in the back, horse skirmishers up front, and they're getting absolutely annihilated without getting any value here. So this is what I meant with the screening of your with your missile cav. Like, they're just gone. Over here, my one melee cav did decide to rout after it killed like 31, so it didn't do all too well. But still, this general is still not in the fight where it used to. Like, this guy is a bonus, is good against infantry. It's good against everything. But if this heroic noble would be allowed to be in here, my hoplites would be dead. And you can see just the sheer amount of charges, cycle charges from my cataphracts, from my heavy shock cav. It's just annihilating the entire front line. This unit is gone, and now we decide to harass the back part of this unit, which is just not gonna work for them. And you can see the morale shift as we also do a rear charge. Double charge coming in. So this is a perfect example of how to use your cav effectively, and I know this is like pre-set up, so I know how to use it over here. In a real fight, it does get messy. You lose a little bit of cav. That is inevitable. But with these tactics in mind, you can really limit your the damage that you do to your cav units. Only thing you need to be worried about is spears and pikes, because cav units tend to die really quickly against those. So if we end the replay, you can see over here the sheer amount of work they did. My one unit of hoplites got annihilated, and my one unit of cav got annihilated. But if you look at the kills on the cataphracts just from the rear charges, is immense. And you can see over here, yeah, they did do some work, but if played well, these guys could have won this battle, I think, almost. Well, almost. So that is on my take on how to use cavalry to your advantage. We can always look at another part of this, and like I said, Persian hoplites or spearmen in general is a bad idea for your cav units to plow into, unless it's their unprotected backside while they're occupied. Then it's okay to risk a rear charge. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is most of it that I can tell you about how to use your cavalry in a fight. I hope this works for you guys. I hope it helps. If you do have any tips or things that I missed that might help someone else, please put them down in the comments. If it's worth it, I'll pin it so everybody can read it as well. And by all means, do like the video, share it with your friends, and see if we can all become a little bit better at Total War Rome 2. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, since we are rapidly going over every milestone I set in my videos. So I'm not going to say a milestone, but we are smashing it, and let's keep it that way. So yet again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.